Hello everyone, this is Hope. Thank you so much for joining me. 各位大家好，我是王浩普，很开心我们又在空中相会了。This time I'm going to read the work created by myself, starting from the third chapter. 这次呢，浩普要朗诵的呢是第3个章节。泡面班机上面的泡面空姐 ，Instant noodle flight attendant in the instant noodle flight.One day, in a long-haul flight, we were supposed to fly to a world-famous tourist spot. 有一天呢，我们的飞机是个长程班机。当大家在机上服务的时候，可以感觉得出来，要飞往目的地的乘客们个个都非常兴奋，因为那是一个全球知名的度假胜地哦。The atmosphere inside the cabin was so relaxed and comfortable, as all the passengers seemed to be excited.That they were flying somewhere paradise-like. Whirling like winds, all of us flight attendants went away from the galleys or kitchens inside the aircrafts to serve the passengers as effectively as possible. It was often a wish of the supervisors that we could have served the passengers in such speedy fashion, in which every single person enjoyed his or her meal and beverages served. After even the coffee,tea, red and white wine were served, the trays containing all the utensils and from time to time left over from the passengers were collected. A little bit later, the cabin was suggested with only dim lights left, alongside with a different temperature targeting at providing the passengers with a cozy environment where they would like to take a nap on board.Aware of these, flight attendants like me would begin consuming meals while passengers fell into silence. 身为空服人员的我们呢，通常有效率，并且动作迅速。先把餐点上完之后，再把茶水、咖啡、红白酒全部走完。接着呢，就是在一面加送饮料的时候，一面观察客人们是不是都已经吃完了餐点，用罢了饮料。而当大部分的乘客都已经吃饱喝足，就到了我们该收餐的时间喽。我们呢，把推车立在机舱的走道上面，左边、右边、右边、左边，一个个乘客的餐牌和饮料杯、罐等等，就全部收到我们的服务手推车当中了。这个时候呢，也会有空服人员负责把客舱的温度变化一些。形成那种让乘客们睡起觉来会非常舒服的温度，以及空气，甚至风向，以及呢负责把灯光也调到昏昏暗暗，让人忍不住会打起瞌睡来的那种灯光感。这个时候呢，空服人员们也会趁机坐下来享用机上的餐点。Soon afterwards, when these flight attendants completed their respective meal,They would begin cruising around the cabin by providing passengers with beverages prepared inside the galleys. From time to time, these flight attendants also cleaned the bathrooms or adopt lavatories inside the airplanes where hygiene could be significant. Inside the lavatories, clearly anyone could sense air coming out of somewhere, making loud noises.Similarly, next to the light above each and every seat, there would be areas for the air to come out. While some people opted for a total release of cool air from it, others would just switch it off to make sure no wind would be from the device. Despite each of us seemed to enjoy varied sources of air, the fact that we were all inside the same cabin,ensured we were under the same air conditioner system, providing us with that air we all breathed. 同样的呢，在每一个座位的附近上方等等呢，乘客们也可以感觉得到有风跑出来哟。尤其是在他们的头顶上方，就有可以把冷气全部调到不见踪影，或者呢，让冷气又出现的出风口呢。Whereas some passengers dozed off after the meal and beverages were served, a few others were still awake, either talking to their companions or watching movies. As usual, as flight attendants, we prepared more drinks by pouring the juice or water inside the plastic cups on board. 不过啊，可能由于要去的这个世界知名的观光景点，实在让乘客们太过兴奋。有些人呢，就算吃完了晚餐也睡不着，仍然呢在昏暗的机舱当中小声的谈天说地，好不愉快呀。当然呢，身为空服人员的我们呢，这个时候就必须端着饮料，看看哪些乘客有所需要。Thinking about all these elements connecting our experiences in a flying journey made me wonder the wonder of life. All of a sudden, on my way back to the galley, after making sure the lavatories were neat, I was stopped by a few passengers who were still awake. "We feel hungry. Do you think if there's anything we can eat?" one of them said. 想着这些彼此环环相扣的细节，使我相当怡然自得。突然的呢，也同时服务着这些乘客，巡视着客舱的我，感受到了乘客的呼叫。请问呢，有没有东西可以吃啊？我们几个饿了。几位没有睡着的乘客呢，看到我走到他们附近的时候，这样告诉我。Smiling, I pointed out, "Certainly, I will be right back." 我以笑容呢回应了他们的问题，跟他们说：“好的，请稍等一下哦。” Immediately after I reached the galley, I broke the news of some passengers asking for food to eat to the other flight attendants. A supervisor on duty that flight, being a quite sweet, kind person herself, this lady whom I had first had the pleasure working on board with, marked, "Why don't we bring them some instant noodles?" 我急速地回到厨房里面呢，将有乘客感到饥肠辘辘的消息告知了其他的空服人员。其中啊，有一位我第一次有这样的荣幸一起飞行，并且非常有耐心的上司说道：“那么我们来让他们吃一些泡面怎么样呢？” Everyone believed it was an awesome idea, for it would be the first time such snacks were equipped on any flight. From there, we elegantly prepared 3 cups of instant noodles for these passengers, who were much delighted. These instant noodles equipped on board of aircrafts operated by the certain airline I worked at were new inside the cabins. It was therefore a new experience for everyone involved when it comes to serving passengers. Nonetheless, it's such a pleasure sharing something like that with our invaluable guests. 大家啊都感到这是一个不错的点子哦。于是呢，我们动作优雅，不过迅速确实的准备了3碗杯面。而这个啊，还是我们所服务的航班之中第一次配备有这样的点心呢。好东西要和好朋友们分享，不是吗？虽然呢，乘客们与我们不相识或是互不相识，不过呢，在一个长程的航班之中，大家彼此照应也是理所当然的呀。What we did not expect was how the wind or air inside the cabin would work its way through the entire incident. The only thing we knew in the next few minutes was after those 3 passengers began eating their instant noodles, almost all the passengers in the economy class, fully packed that day, were gradually waking up. Specifically, after the aroma of instant noodles filled the entire space. One after another, passengers were asking for instant noodles, resulting us to frantically unpack each and every cup noodles in the galleys. Furthermore, 2 senior flight attendants went to the first class to ask for a kind of large teapot, enabling us to use it to hold as much hot water as possible when we served the passengers with the instant noodles. Hot water was required for the instant noodles to be served, unless there are stoves to cook them on board. 不过啊，我们没有料到的是，这3杯泡面从厨房溢出去呢，3位乘客一打开享用之后，机舱里面的空气就吹呀吹呀吹呀吹呀，把那些杯面扑鼻而来的香味全部扫进了沉睡中的乘客的嗅觉系统里面。人类的嗅觉怎么会让他们从睡梦当中起床呢？这啊，可是我第一次感受到好香的食物所诱发的魅力，竟然如此强大，震慑住了每一位乘客似的。大家全部都像被仙女棒一下子点醒，全部开始像被附身一样，抬起手来，按下空服人员服务铃。此起彼落的声音会在厨房当中被我们身为空服人员的人们听到。所以我们必须去查看每一位乘客到底怎么了。我也要1碗泡面。每个乘客都像中蛊了一样，对我们有同样的要求呢。At the moment, I truly thought I became an instant noodle flight attendant working inside an instant noodle flight for passengers desperately wishing to taste that cup of instant noodles. 顿时啊，我深深感到自己在泡面班机上面成为了一位泡面空姐，即将推着泡面推车，为每一位泡面乘客端上一杯泡面班机上面的泡面啊。